Hey there, language learners. Welcome back to Unlock English Podcast, the show where we help you learn English in a way that's fun, practical, and, let's be honest, sometimes completely ridiculous. I'm Quinn.
And I'm Miley. Today, we have a fascinating question for you. Why do babies seem to learn languages so easily, while adults struggle?
Seriously, a baby hears English for 1 year and boom, they're babbling words. But I've been studying Spanish for years and I still panic when someone asks me for directions.
So unfair, right? But here's the good news. Even though babies have some advantages, there are ways you can hack your brain and learn like them.
That's right. Today we're breaking down why babies learn languages so fast, the secret techniques they use without even knowing it, and how you can apply those tricks to your own English learning journey.
Plus, we'll throw in some fun facts, a few brain hacks, and even a challenge for you at the end. Sound good?
Let's do this.
Okay, first things first. Why do babies pick up languages so quickly?
I mean, it's not like they're studying grammar books or taking online courses.
Exactly. It turns out babies have a few superpowers when it comes to language learning.
The first reason, their brains are like sponges. Scientists say that babies' brains are super plastic. Not like a plastic bottle, but like Play-Doh. They're flexible and can absorb tons of information super fast.
Right. Before age 7, kids can pick up multiple languages without even trying. But after that, the brain starts to lose some of that flexibility.
So basically, the best time to learn a language was when you were a baby. The second best time, right now.
Exactly. It's never too late. Your brain can still learn, but we have to be intentional about it.
Another reason, they have no fear of mistakes. This one blows my mind. Babies don't care if they mess up.
Right. They just keep babbling, making mistakes, and adjusting until they get it right.
Meanwhile, adults are like, oh no, what if I sound stupid? And then they just don't speak.
But here's the thing. Mistakes equals learning. The more mistakes you make, the faster you improve.
So if you want to learn like a baby, you've got to embrace mistakes. Instead of saying, oh no, I made an error, say, nice, I just learned something new.
The last, they are constantly immersed in the language. Babies don't just study language for 1 hour a day. They hear it all the time. From parents, cartoons, songs, even random conversations around them.
But adults, we limit our exposure. We study English for an hour and then switch back to our native language for the rest of the day.
That's why immersion is key. If you surround yourself with English by watching movies, listening to podcasts, or even changing your phone settings, you'll learn way faster.
The more English your brain absorbs, the more natural it becomes.
All right. Now that we know why babies are language learning machines, how can we apply their tricks to our own learning?
Because let's be honest, if we could all learn languages as easily as babies do, we'd be fluent in 5 languages by now.
Right? But don't worry, we can still borrow some of their techniques.
1, copy the sounds first. Babies don't start by memorizing grammar rules. They start by copying sounds.
Exactly. Have you ever noticed how babies repeat what they hear? They don't understand everything yet, but they mimic the sounds perfectly.
So if you want to sound more natural in English, you've got to do the same. Try shadowing.
Ooh, good technique. Shadowing is when you listen to a native speaker and immediately repeat what they say, matching their pronunciation, rhythm, and even their intonation.
Like an echo. You don't even have to understand every word. You're just training your mouth and ears to feel the language.
Exactly. If you've ever heard someone say, I understand English, but I can't speak it, it's often because they haven't practiced producing the sounds enough. Pro tip. Start with something short, like a sentence from a podcast or a YouTube video. Pause and repeat it exactly as you hear it. Even just 5 minutes a day can make a huge difference. 2. Listen, listen, listen. Babies listen for months before they even start speaking. So if you struggle with speaking English, maybe you need more input.
Think about it. Babies don't start by saying full sentences. They listen to thousands of hours of language before they say their first words.
That's why listening is so important. If you want to speak fluently, you need to immerse yourself in English as much as possible. Pro tip: listen to podcasts, audiobooks, movies, or even English news every day. Don't worry about understanding everything. Just let your brain absorb the sounds. Try the background listening method. Play English audio while doing chores, driving, or even before bed.
And here's something cool. Your brain will start to recognize words and phrases without you even trying.
Right. It's kind of like how we accidentally memorize song lyrics without studying them.
Exactly. I never tried to memorize the lyrics to Let It Go from Frozen, but somehow I still know every word.
Haha, me too. That's the power of repetition and exposure. 3. Make it fun and playful. Babies don't sit in a classroom taking notes. They learn through play.
They experiment with sounds, they make funny noises, they play games with words. They don't think, oh no, I made a mistake. They just keep going.
And guess what? That's one of the biggest reasons they improve so fast. Pro tip: turn learning into a game. Try word association games, tongue twisters, or English speaking challenges. Sing along to English songs. It helps with pronunciation and rhythm. Act out conversations. Pretend you're ordering coffee, introducing yourself, or asking for directions.
Speaking of making it fun, let's try a quick challenge. The 5-minute English challenge. For the next 5 minutes, talk to yourself in English. It can be about anything, what you're doing, how you feel, or what you see around you.
For example, if you're cooking, you could say, "Okay, now I'm cutting some onions. Oh wow, they're making me cry, but I love onions. They make food taste so good."
The goal is to keep talking even if you make mistakes. Don't stop. Just like babies, you're training your brain to think in English.
Try this every day, and soon speaking English will start to feel natural.
Okay, fun fact time. Did you know babies can recognize their mother's voice before they're even born?
That's crazy. So basically, they start learning language before they even take their first breath.
Meanwhile, I can't even remember what I had for breakfast this morning.
That's why we need to train our brains. So what did we learn today?
Babies learn fast because they absorb language like sponges, aren't afraid of mistakes, are completely immersed in the language.
And we can use those same techniques by copying sounds through shadowing, listening more to English daily, making learning fun instead of stressful.
If you take just one thing from today's episode, let it be this. The secret to learning English is to think like a baby.
So go out there and start playing with English.
And don't forget, if you enjoyed this episode, share it with a friend. Also, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss our next episode.
See you next time.
Keep learning, keep growing, and have fun.